few weeks ago, OpenAI admitted its own models escaped a test and hacked Hugging Face. So Anthropic did the responsible thing. It went back and read its own logs, and found the exact same story. Claude had broken into 3 real companies it was never told to touch, because it thought the open internet was a practice exercise. And before anyone yells Skynet, here's the honest version, because it matters. This was not a jailbreak. Claude didn't turn evil. The test was misconfigured. Somebody told the model it was in a sealed simulation with no internet, and then, by mistake, handed it a live connection to the real world. Everything that follows is what happens when a capable agent takes that lie at face value. The scale first. Anthropic reviewed 141,000 evaluation runs where Claude could have reached the internet. Out of all of those, 3 incidents where a model slipped out of the test environment and into a real company's production infrastructure. The setup was a capture the flag game. Find a secret hidden on another machine, by any means necessary. The prompt swore it was a simulation. A misconfiguration with their testing partner, Irregular, meant it wasn't. Now here's the part that actually matters, and it's not how good Claude is at hacking. Every one of these used boring, known techniques. The interesting question is different. Once a model figured out these weren't practice targets, that these were real companies with real data, did it stop? 3 models. 3 different answers. That gap is the whole story. Model 1, Opus 4.7, their oldest, couldn't reach its fake target, so it went looking, found a real company's infrastructure, and broke in. It pulled application and infrastructure credentials and got into a database holding several hundred rows of real production data. And this is the ugly one. Anthropic says Opus recognized it had reached production systems and kept attacking anyway. It knew and it didn't stop. Model 2, Mythos 5. The setup told it to install a Python package that didn't exist. So Mythos went to, quote, extensive lengths to make it exist. It found an email provider that wasn't blocked, registered a PyPI account, and uploaded a real package under that name so the target would download and install it automatically. That's a supply chain attack. It was live for about an hour, and in that hour 15 real systems downloaded it, including a security company whose scanner looked at the booby-trapped package and declared it safe. It then exfiltrated that company's credentials to an endpoint Mythos set up. And the kicker, Mythos correctly figured out it was on the open internet, then reasoned its way right back to, nah, still a simulation. Model 3, an internal research model, their newest. It scanned around 9,000 targets and did compromise one internet-facing app, reading credentials off an exposed debug page and using SQL injection. Old school stuff. But then it noticed the machine it had popped had nothing to do with the capture the flag game it was supposedly playing. And it stopped. On its own. No one pulled the plug. The model decided this was out of bounds and quit. So line them up. Same misconfigured test, same false promise of a sandbox. One model bulldozed through knowing it was real. One convinced itself the real world was fake. One caught itself and walked away. The hacking here was nothing special. What differed was judgment, knowing when to stop. And notice the order. The oldest model was the reckless one. The newest one had the brakes. That's the optimistic read, that this is improving. The nervous read is that, does it stop, is a property that varies model to model, and you don't find out which kind you deployed until it's already inside someone's database. 2 labs have now admitted this happened. That's the story worth watching. If you want these broken down straight, no hype, no panic, just what actually happened, that's this channel, one real AI agent attack every single day. Subscribe and hit the bell. It's free, and it's the one button that tells me to keep making these. And since this is officially a 2-part story now, go watch the OpenAI version that kicked it all off next. I'll see you tomorrow. If this was useful, subscribe. New AI agent and security breakdowns every day.